Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to our video, and today we are here for another severe weather breakdown. Now we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including a massive winter storm that's going to be moving through a certain region of the United States, the next round of big severe thunderstorms that are going to be coming through, and then even a little bit of tropical activity. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today, where we have two marginal risks of severe weather, one down in the southwest and portions of West Texas, and then the other being in the upper Midwest here. This one is going to be extending almost out to Tucson, back over towards Fort Stockton, Midland, and Lubbock. And then this one's going to go almost all the way to Sioux Falls, back up towards Green Bay and almost Marquette. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that these bring. Now, starting off with the tornado threat for today, we do have a 2% risk of a tornado on the Texas-New Mexico border there near Hobbs, Carlsbad, Lovington, Andrews, and Pecos. So look out if you're in that region. A tornado is possible today. Damaging wind threat, we have two 5% risks of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher, so look out for that. But actually, the most concerning thing for today is going to be the hail threat, as we have two large 5% risks to see hail of 1 inch or larger, so look out. Moving on to tomorrow here, we already have two more marginal risks of severe weather, both in very similar areas. Today, tornado threat for tomorrow, we do have a 2% risk of a tornado that's even bigger. That's going to go almost up to Wichita Falls, back down to the Texas-New Mexico border, so look out for that. Damaging wind threat for tomorrow, we have two 5% risks of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher, and then two 5% risks of hail of 1 inch or larger, so look out for both of those. Moving on to Thursday here, we have no marginal risks of severe weather, so let's go ahead and move on to the National Hurricane Center, where we have remnants of Tropical Depression 21 here. It's just a little bit of showers moving through the area here in Central America. And then we have Hurricane Tammy, but we're going to break that down more in just a minute. Eastern Pacific here, we have Hurricane Otis, but we're going to break that down more in just a minute. And then we have a disturbance that has a 30% chance to form the next 5 days. I don't think it's a big deal, and even if it does form, I think it's just going to be a fish storm. Central Pacific, nothing new. So let's go ahead and move on to the paths for Tammy and Otis. Tammy is currently a Category 1 hurricane with 75-mile-per-hour winds, going to head northeast, but then take a sharp turn west here towards Bermuda and make landfall at about a 50-mile-per-hour storm here, with gusts potentially even higher than that. So Bermuda, look out. You are in the path of this thing, and it's going to be a pretty strong thunderstorm. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our other hurricane, which is Hurricane Otis. Hurricane Otis is actually even stronger right now at a Category 2 hurricane with 110-mile-per-hour winds, and then is going to head north and make landfall as a Category 1 most likely as of right now here in west central Mexico, just southwest of Mexico City here, most likely as a 80-mile-per-hour storm, so look out for that. It will then continue to head northwestwards here into more areas of west central Mexico. So you need to be looking out here in west central Mexico, because this is going to be a pretty big hurricane. It's not going to be a huge deal, but it is going to be something we're going to have to watch for. Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. That's going to be for the 30th to November 3rd. In the darkest shade of blue there, you're going to have an 80 to 90% chance to see below average temperatures, as we have this huge Arctic blast moving through the nation right now. Right now, it's sitting here in the upper Midwest, and it's going to bring temperatures down into the negatives. That is crazy for late October, okay? And then we do have an area down here in South Florida that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average temperatures, mainly in the Keys region, as well as Miami. So look out for that. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook here is pretty interesting as well, because we have a large area that has a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation, as this Arctic blast is going to be bringing some drought with it, okay? So extending all the way over from like Wyoming and southeast Montana, northeast Colorado, all the way back over into the Ohio Valley. So definitely look out for that. And then we have an area down here in southwest Texas that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average precipitation in the darkest shade of green, luckily ending the drought in some of those areas. 8 to 14 day outlooks here, 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. This is going to be for the 1st to the 7th, so the first week of November officially. We have an area here in west central California and northwestern California that's going to have a 60 to 70% chance to see above average temperatures in the red, so look out for that. Pretty warm as we're starting off the season, or I guess the month. And then down here in South Florida, we're still going to have an area that's going to have a 50 to 60% chance to see above average temperatures as well, near Miami and the Florida Keys. And then we're going to have an area that has a 40 to 50% chance to see below average temperatures all the way from the upper Midwest back over into like the Northeast. So it's a pretty big area. 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook here. We're going to have an area that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average precipitation in the Northwest. So look out for that. Very rainy up there, most likely. Maybe some snow. And then down here in Southeast Florida, we're going to have a 40 to 50% chance to see above average precipitation. So look out for that as well. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. Winter storm warnings, winter storm watches, winter weather advisories, freeze watches, freeze warnings, all in effect here in portions of North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Nevada, Washington, Oregon. This huge area here is getting impacted by a large snowstorm right now, the strongest of it being just west of Billings in Montana, okay? So this is a very, very strong winter storm that's going to bring over a foot of snow for some reason, regions most likely. So you have got to look out, okay? This is going to be our first huge dumping of snow in the Montana region, okay? We do have some special weather statements kind of scattered across the areas in our marginal risks right now as we're getting some strong thunderstorms moving through the area. But other than that, decently calm. We do have flood watches up in northeast Texas and south central Oklahoma, I guess north central Texas. But other than that, decently calm right now. I will have an updated video here tonight on our winter storm for my evening video, my nighttime video. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.